this out. That's pretty good, isn't it? Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Tudor Mansion. Can you believe that this is only episode 3? Can you believe it? Today we're going to be working on this sort of first floor here, or no, it's just the first story or second floor. How does that work? Because you got ground floor and first floor. But then you also... No, I don't know. Some people say ground floor and first floor. Some people say, like, first story and second story. It just doesn't make sense. I have no idea. So, we're going to work on this section today. Basically, the rule that we need to follow is that this brick section can only be up to this log height. See where these logs go through here? We need to keep that height throughout these sections, so we can only go up to there, okay? The reason that we're doing that is because the roof that's going to go on top of the entire building, the entire house, has to have some depth and some dimension, and to do that, we want everything... I've got hiccups, can you believe it? We need everything to be at all sorts of different heights to really give us that sort of impact. Obviously, we're going to go with the snow and the wood sort of combination along this floor, keep it different from the first one. And we'll probably keep with this sort of fence design, if possible, somewhere as well. I sort of like that. I sort of like the sound of that. I'm also tempted to put some sort of windowsills in here, but I really, really don't know how. Like, how I want to do it yet. It's confusing. Like this is no good. Is it? That sort of does actually look nice. I didn't expect that. I really like that, actually. I mean, look, compare that one to that one. I really like the one on the right. I really like that. Although it's making it very sort of wood heavy around the bottom area of this floor, it's going to end up making the white sections of everywhere else stand out even more. So I think we may have stumbled onto something really, really nice. In addition, because these are now full blocks and not half slabs and stuff like that, we can put things on them. We can put trapdoors on them. We can put buttons on them. Possibly sort of some other things to add some detail in there as well. Sort of like that. Okay, anyway, we need to keep these windows in line with the ones below. Otherwise, I mean, it's going to look terrible, isn't it? If you have windows that aren't sort of lined up. Sometimes it works. On some buildings and some building styles it works. But for this one, I think it would be definitely best for us to keep them together. Now, we have 2 blocks between each window on these brick sections, slightly different to the andesite ones where we only had 1 brick between them, so they're a little bit more spaced out. And I think what we can do, the thing is, they're going to join up together, aren't they, the fences? Let's just see how it looks. Oops. Uh-oh. Let's just see how it looks if we just, like, repeated the pattern that we had before. So we had those, and then we had the fence posts, and then on this top level we had slabs above where the fences are going to be, stairs along the top. But as you can see, these fences that are going to go into these middle blocks are going to join up. Now, does it look bad? Do we like that, or should we change it? Does it look too fancy? I have a feeling it does. I have a feeling that's a little bit too much. So, what if we just kept the 2 end ones, and then we removed, oops, those ones in the middle, and we just kept these 2, this one at this end and one at the other end? I don't know if it even needs those. Oh no, don't delete things that you're not meant to delete. That sounds like a terrible plan. And then these ones, I think what we need to do is put the glass in here as well to give us a really accurate feel of how it's going to look. So we'll stick those in as well. Go away. So many windows. It's going to be so bright on the inside. It's going to be lovely. Yeah, I actually like that. Although it looks a little bit more simpletons, I think I prefer it. I think I prefer it. We've still got the depth of the of this sort of ledge on top of the windows. So we still get that sort of dynamic look, but we get the sort of more cleaner, wider look along this section. If we want, we can actually make this into a window, I've just noticed. Like, is that a good idea? I really like that. I really like that. That gives us the an easier, at least, opportunity to have a third floor or second story, depending on. Don't get into that again. We've gone through that already this episode. Yeah, third floor, we'll say, in the house, because we can sort of have this attic space as an actual usable floor with windows, therefore giving us more bedrooms or games rooms, or, well, it's maybe not games rooms as such, because this is a more of a traditional house. Maybe like wine brewing and stuff like that. That should be in the basement. I'm sure we can figure out. I'm sure you guys are creative enough to think of some ideas for us to put up in a story up there. It might just end up being a normal old attic, just with some windows in it. Who knows? But anyway, I like this design, and it's pretty easy to replicate. I'm going to now do this on all of the other bricked window sections. So there's a little one here, there, and there, and here, and then I'm going to be back, okay? Okay, sections are all done. I'm going to say that, yeah, I made a mistake, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. This brick section here is 4 windows, each with 2 blocks between them. And then I'm pretty sure I remember saying that this is an exact mirror of that wall, but it's not, because this one only has 1 block between them. It's not really that much of a difference, really. But yeah, and then this section, because we've got a giant brick section here, and then 2 windows on the top. I've actually done the 2 windows in line, and then put 2 windows mirrored, because having a giant section of wool, I think, is a bad move. I don't mind smaller sections of wool, or not wool, snow, or white, but I don't think having a section as large as that is really that beneficial, or is going to look that good. But what we can do now is, in any of the corners, where there's like these 1 block gaps, what we're going to do is we're going to put in a little bit of white, and obviously keep the log going across the top. So here we want white. I probably don't mind white or thick white up to 3, possibly 4 blocks. But I don't really want to go any more than that, because I think it sort of makes it look a little bit more bland. This section, I think we can get away with having it like that, with the white there, and then the wood go along. We don't need it there, though, because the chimney's going to be there. Something like that, and then put that one in there. There's like little filler areas, aren't they? That one, that one. Oh, that looks sweet. I really like that. That looks a lot better than I sort of envisioned in my head the first time. Alright, this has a little gap here, so we can fill that in. Did I have that on the other side? No, we don't. It goes further on this one. And then here, I don't want to have wood there. We definitely need wood there, and then wood along here. I'm removing all of the ones that aren't necessary, like these ones, basically because it gives us more room on the inside. We might add it back when it comes to doing the interior. We can always add that beam back again, but obviously the chimney goes up there, so I like to keep as much space visible as possible. It sort of really does help out. Alright, so we want wood on this one here, and then snow here. So the largest section of snow that we've got so far is on that section there. We'll have a look from the outside in a minute. That one, like that. I think what we can do is actually remove this one. Have that one as white. And have it like that. I think that's a better look with the chimney between it. And then I think that's all of the spots. I think we've sort of got a solid structure coming on here. Dude, that looks so cool. Absolutely loving it. I think the next step is probably going to be working on this entrance area. Now, we want really to make this a huge feature of the house, of the mansion, of the building, whatever, because it's sort of the first thing you look at. It's going to be the thing that stands out the most when you first look at the building, because obviously it's going to be pretty tall. It's also made out of a slightly different block or a very different block to everything either side of it. There's still one taller. I thought I got them the same height. So yeah, we want this to stand out. So we want some recessed areas using brick slabs and stairs and such to try and give a little bit of shape. So let's grab those in our inventory. Now, if we have something like this, and then maybe upside down and drag those back like this. See, that's a pretty cool little shape, isn't it, in there? And then I'm thinking about really, really setting this back. So we're going to do upside down stairs up either side to there. Get that the same height, otherwise it's going to really confuse me. And then we're going to put bricks behind. So it's actually set back a full one brick there. I don't want to put a clock in there or anything like that. I will end up probably putting a window in here. It's definitely big enough for a window. At first I was thinking, oh yeah, a clock could be nice, but I don't know. I don't think that's probably a good idea. Now, yeah, can I get a window in here? Like a 3x4? That's a huge window, but boy, does that look so good in there. Yeah, if we now mirror this on the other side, so what we need is we need bricks. We're doing that upside down thing that we done right at the beginning. This thing, but upside down. So we want that one. And then we want this across here. And then that one. Oh, that looks sick, doesn't it? It's a big window, but I'm sure we can have that window looking down onto a landing or something like that. It's difficult because this window is obviously a different height to these ones. It's like in between that one and that one. But if we just have this sort of as an open landing area, sort of like how we had on the other mansion there, but in a more traditional style, I think that could look really, really good. If we can add some sandstone around this window, I think it's going to really sort of tie it all together. These hiccups still haven't gone. So something like that. And something like that. Oh, that looks pretty cool. I think I like that. I think I like that. And then have glass up the middles. There and there. Okay, that's good. However, the top is now looking a little bit bland. I think I actually want to trim off a block off here. Replace it with the sandstone slabs as like a little bit of a cap, and then on the corners here, do I want to keep it flat? I think that's good. I think that's good. And as far as the depth of it goes, do I want it to be square? Do I want it to be in line with this? No, I think I want to be off square but slightly deeper, so maybe to there. It's a tricky one, and it's hard to tell this early on if it's like correct or not. The roof is going to be cobblestone. When we get round to doing the roof, it's going to be made of cobblestone. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to put cobblestone as a flat section in here. Obviously, cobblestone goes really well with brick, and it goes really well with sandstone. So it's no problem on here, and it's going to go really well. Well, cobblestone goes well with pretty much any block, in fairness. There's no block that it doesn't look that great with, apart from maybe obsidian. I don't know, there's not too many. But then all we need to do is fill in basically the bare minimum. We don't need to fill in all that much. So I'm actually only going to do those 2 for the moment. Oh, that's quicker. There we go. Like that. And I think for the moment, that's all we sort of need to do. How does that look? That looks pretty sweet. I think that looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? Definitely. Now, there is a cool thing that we can actually do with some of these windows if we want to. What we can do is we can take out half of it and instead put them on here. And it looks like the window's open. Maybe even if we add another one. I don't know. Does it look like the window's open? I think it does. Yeah, it looks like the window's sort of open. You can do that around the place a little bit. Definitely really cool if you were making like a hide and seek map of a house, and to get out you could jump through some open windows. That could be cool. That's a cool little thing, I suppose. I like that. Okay, definitely good. Have we not used any of these blocks yet? We haven't used the dark oak logs anywhere. But maybe we'll use that for more sort of ground detail along the bottom more than anything else. Let's get the potential height of the chimneys here. So these are going to be 3 blocks wide and 2 blocks deep, possibly. No, maybe just 3 blocks wide. I don't know. I don't think... They might end up being 2 blocks deep as well. So there'll be like 6 blocks in total. Obviously, we want to be higher than this very peak. This peak is going to be like stairs there and there. We need the chimney to be higher than that. Probably like 2 or 3 blocks. Let's see what 2 blocks would look like if I back off over here. I think that's a really good height. Potentially 1 more. I think that is 1 block too high. Okay, I think that's like the perfect one. Now, seeing as though we've been doing brick here, what we're going to do is we're going to use a different chimney technique to the last one. We used anvils and slabs. For this one, being a little bit more traditional, we're going to use flower pots as the chimney tops. Like that. That's such a cool little look, isn't it? Such a cool little touch. I really, really like that. So we need to get these at the same height as well, which is pretty much impossible, I think. Thinking about it now, looking at it, I ain't no chance I'm going to line them up exactly, is there? And I don't really want to run a block of, like a line of blocks all the way across. I'll just do it by eye. I think that's actually good. It's hard to tell. It might be 1 block too high. In fact, no, we can tell pretty easily. What we can do is it's 5 blocks above the tips of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I never placed that 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was right. Okay, perfect. And then chimneys on the top. And then this last one is here. And this up. This should be pretty easy to line up. I can't see us having a problem. Maybe we are going to have a problem. There. 1 more. Perfect. Okay. I think that's good. I don't think we want them a 2x3 like this. I think that looks a little bit too much. I think I sort of want them a little bit or thinner on this one. That's pretty good. Now let's start on the roof feel. How are we going to start the roof off? We're not going to be able to get the whole thing done this episode, but we should be able to get at least a nice amount or a beginning of it. So we've got dark oak. We're also going to try the spruce, and we're going to get the cobblestone as well. We're probably going to need some slabs. We're probably going to need some full blocks, or probably both eventually. But what we can do is we can either go with, well, we're going to go with cobble along these, okay? And most of the roof is going to be out of cobble, but whenever you do a roof, as you can see on this one, it always looks best if you line the edge with a different colour. So we've got quartz on this one, cobblestone in the middle. On this one, it's either going to be dark oak or spruce. Obviously, dark oak is being the same wood as what we've used before in the house. in other sections. So maybe for this window we'll try dark oak, and on the other window we'll try spruce, and then we'll see which one we prefer. So all you got to do is you go around the very edge with your spruce, and then you go underneath them to give this really clean look. That's option A. Obviously, you can see the cobblestone, a little bit of cobblestone behind it as well. Option B is with the spruce instead. Now, I don't know which one I'm going to prefer. I don't know if I'm going to prefer the dark oak being, as it's the same wood as what we've already used, or if I'm going to prefer the spruce because it's a different block to what we've already used. I don't know. This is obviously going to stand out more because we haven't used it before, but I really don't know if it's going to look better yet. Let's put these under here. Ooh, it's a tough one. I think I'm edging towards the dark oak. It might be me being biased as dark oak's my favourite wood in the game. But I think even against the cobblestone at this angle, I think the dark oak just looks a little bit better. Just a smidge. Let's replace this back. Or let's put this to the dark oak, and let's see what they would both look like together. That one. That one. That one. I think this is what we're going to do, what we're going to end up having. Whoops. Sprint. Fly. Go quicker. Yeah, that looks so sick, doesn't it? Alright, that is all we've got time for this episode, but can you believe 3 episodes and we've got this? That's absolutely crazy rate of work. If you guys enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!